Nora returns home after 5 years, facing hostility from her father Henry and half-sister Angela, who is now engaged to Nora's ex-fiancé Anthony. Her family blames her for a past scandal involving a pregnancy and demands she sign over her inherited company to Angela as a gift. Nora refuses and walks out. Angela confronts her, insulting Nora's daughter, prompting Nora to slap her forcefully. Later, while returning to her hotel and thinking about the mystery of her daughter's father, Nora is unexpectedly stopped by bodyguards and then recognized and addressed by the imposing Mr. Hunt, creating a new mystery. Why does Mr. Hunt calls her out? Will Nora find something out that will change her life? How will Henry react to Nora's rejection of his offer? Nora stared at Justin, her mouth hanging half open in astonishment. The man was very tall, standing at just a little over 6 feet tall. The little boy he was holding was also wearing a suit. He had buried his head into the man's shoulder. The Hunt family feared the media might try to take photos of their youngest child and start trouble for him. Had Justin Hunt found out that she was Athena? The alarming idea had just occurred to her when she noticed Justin's frown. He looked straight at her and said, "Stay away from my son. Also, you're not my type." Before she could recover from her surprise, he turned away and strode off. She shook her head in disbelief at his arrogant assumption. Is that man out of his mind? Inside the Hunt family's extra-long black Bentley, Justin's son Pete had a sullen look on his face, and he made a silent protest. Justin frowned. After his son's abnormal behavior earlier that night, he had checked the surveillance camera footage in the corridor. There, he saw that the woman he had just encountered in the lobby had kissed and hugged his son. The problem was that, for the very first time, Pete, who had always avoided others and disliked physical contact, hadn't resisted. Had that woman overcome his son's shyness with her beauty? Back at the Smith house, Anthony arrived just as the birthday party was ending. Angela's face was swollen, and a clear handprint could be seen on her cheek. In tears, she complained, "Why are you so late, Anthony?" He looked uncomfortable for a moment. Anthony coughed awkwardly and put on an anxious and concerned look. "What happened? Did Nora hit you? Is she refusing to cancel the engagement? Where is she? I'll take care of it myself." Angela hesitated. Take care of it himself? But that means he'll see her. She thought of that aggressively beautiful face and her heart filled with dread. She tried to tell herself she was being silly. Even if Anthony were to see Nora again, that didn't mean he would like what he saw. Right? Angela tightened her hold on the towel. Finally, she said, "Anthony, you don't need to go in person. It's not about you. She just won't let go of the company. Don't worry. I'll make her come around in the end." Anthony didn't insist. He was too distracted to really hear what Angela was saying. He nodded and said, "We need to get that company, or Grandpa will never agree to our engagement. I'll leave this matter to you." "I don't want to see her pig-like face either." "How did she look?" "I bet she got even uglier while she was away, right?" Angela hesitated. She avoided answering the question, just saying, "You don't have to worry about seeing her again. I'll definitely come up with a solution." Okay. After leaving the Smiths, Anthony drove absent-mindedly. His mind was filled with memories of the woman from the airport. He didn't know who she was, but her aura and her beauty were unlike anything he had seen in his life. He thought to himself, "It'd be great if I could marry her instead." As soon as the thought formed, he was overcome with a strong desire to see her again. A moment later, he received a call from the private investigator. "Mr. Gray, I couldn't find the identity of your mystery woman, but I found the hotel where she's staying." Anthony's eyes lit up. "Send me the address." When Nora reached her suite, she found that Mrs. Lewis had already put Cherry to bed. The little girl was already asleep. Nora went straight to the study. She sat on the sofa and made a call. "Solo, give me everything you can about Idealian Pharmaceuticals." The usually lively voice on the other end sounded a little petulant. "Hey, watch your tone, Athena. You can't boss me around just because you saved my life. I'm the world's #1 hacker. I deserve some respect. I'm not running your errands. Name a fair price and we'll call it even. How does that sound?" The corners of Nora's lips curled upward slightly. "Sure, how much is your life worth?" After a moment of silence, Solo said, "Fine, give me 5 minutes." 5 minutes later, Solo emailed her all the information they had about Idealian Pharmaceuticals, the company Nora's mother had left behind when she died. Nora had only been a child at the time, So the company had been put in the care of a dedicated manager. She carefully combed through the information until she heard faint footsteps from out in the hotel's soundproof corridor. Disturbed by the sound, Nora frowned. Seeing her look, Mrs. Lewis explained, "There are people staying in the presidential suite next door. I heard it's Mr. Hunt himself." Just then, Nora's cell phone beeped. It was a message from Solo. "The Hunts are very impressive. Mr. Hunt just offered me a few $1 million to tell him whether you're a man or a woman. Athena, you're in trouble." Justin Hunt again. Nora cast her cat-like eyes slightly downward. Her long, slender fingers tapped a few times on the keyboard as she thought. Finally, she replied, "I want you to send him a message for me." Why was Justin so interested in her? Was it merely curiosity, or did his concern for his son run deeper? And what message did Nora intend to send that would both deter him and protect her own agenda? And would Anthony's desperate search for the beautiful stranger inadvertently lead him straight to the woman his family so desperately wanted to exploit?
Hey, I'm Nora. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of Saving Nora.